Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 29 of Future, and this one is titled Your 4th Year Wedding Anniversary. Kairi looked up, sensing Kaminari's eyes on her, and saw him enjoying the sights of her playing with Ginny, so she put the little girl down quickly and blushed. "Oh, don't let me interrupt you," Kami said with a flirtatious smirk. "You look good playing with a baby." Stop it," Kairi said, her blush deepening as she looked away to hide her face. Kaminari laughed. "No need to be shy. Let's get Ginny in the water," he said, changing subjects quickly. He turned the taps off and felt the water temperature as Kairi got Ginny undressed. Kai gently placed Ginny in the water amongst the bubbles, and Kaminari gave her some bath toys to play with. Ginny loved bath time and was giggling and splashing around, soaking Kaminari, who was leaning into the bath. Kairi chuckled and stood back. "I think I'll watch from here," she said as Kaminari copped another face full of water and bubbles. "Smart," Kaminari replied with a chuckle as he wiped his face down. As he wiped past his nose, it made him sneeze, and he blew bubbles everywhere. Ginny cracked up laughing, and Kairi whipped her phone out. "Do it again," she encouraged. Kaminari scooped up some bubbles in his hand and held it in front of his face and pretended to sneeze again. Bubbles flew everywhere, and Ginny lost it, cackling away in her cute little baby voice. Over and over, Kaminari sneezed bubbles everywhere, much to Ginny's delight, and Kairi was getting warm fuzzies watching Kaminari being an amazing stand-in dad. She was glad that she had this video on her phone to watch and rewatch whenever she wanted. Kairi snipped a clip of the video and sent it to Kiri. He had given her his number at the mothers group meeting because he knew that she would update him if anything happened while they were away. Kiri's phone buzzed as you and he arrived at your accommodation, and he pulled his phone out to check who it was. "Kairi sent me a video?" he said to you as he opened the video. The clip played, and you and Kiri's hearts melted as you listened to your little girl having the time of her life, watching Uncle Kaminari blow bubbles everywhere. You smiled and leaned your head onto Kiri's arm, squeezing it as you wrapped your hand around his bulging bicep. "Oh, she's so gorgeous," you gushed. "Yeah, she is," Kiri chuckled. "Let's make another one," you said with a sly grin. Kiri jumped. Are you serious? You want another one?" You smiled up at him. "Yes, babe, I actually really do want another one." "Oh," he said with surprise. Okay. "Did you want another one?" you asked him curiously. "Oh, definitely," he said enthusiastically. Let's get settled in first before we, he mumbled, embarrassed on the end. You giggled. "You're so adorable, you big bundle of innocent." Kiri blushed as you kissed his cheek. "Oh, look at this place!" you squealed as Kiri pushed the door open to your room. It was spacious and well set out. The place you two were staying at was called Mountain Escapes, and it was a pretty well-known place for people to have a romantic getaway. The room was built into the side of a mountain, and the big 180-degree glass windows opened up to a beautifully unobstructed view of the bushland. Some of the room wall was polished rock that had a spa built into the rock wall so that you could sit in the tub and look out at the view. "Sharky, this is perfect," you squealed, bouncing up and down on the spot. He was grinning from ear to ear, happy that he had picked well. "Do you want to hop in the spa? I'll order the chocolate fondue set for us," he said with excitement as he rang for room service. You quickly set your things down and started running the spa, putting heaps of complimentary bubbles into the bath so that it had maximum bubblage. As you turned the water off, room service arrived with the chocolate fondue set and placed it beside the spa. You thanked them and they left. Giving Kiri a sly smile, you started stripping off. He watched with a light blush on his cheeks as your naked form graced his view. "Well, are you going to join me?" you asked suggestively as you hopped into the warm water, sighing with contentment as you sunk beneath the waterline. Kiri was transfixed and didn't move for a bit until he snapped out of his daze. Yeah, I'm coming," he said as he threw his clothes off. Kiri had the most perfect body to you, rippling six-pack with well-set pecs on top and broad shoulders that tapered to a trim waist. He was a demigod, and you could never get tired of seeing him naked. You smirked and beckoned him to come over with one finger curling towards you. Kiri didn't need to be told twice and quickly entered the spa at the other end. You waited until he was seated, then floated over to him and straddled his lap, your knees either side of his hips. He placed his hands on your hips and gripped gently as you leaned in and gave him a soft kiss, then draped your arms across his shoulders to run your fingers through the back of his spiky red hair. You want some fondue? You asked, pulling back from the kiss. He just nodded, too infatuated to say anything else. You leaned across and dipped a piece of strawberry into the chocolate and then put it to his lips. He opened his mouth and ate it, keeping eye contact with you. A little bit of chocolate had dropped down onto his lips, so you bent your head down and gently licked it off his lip with your tongue. He let out a little groan of arousal, and you felt him dig his fingers into your hips a bit. Is that yummy? You asked, referring to the strawberries and chocolate. Mm-hmm, he hummed in agreement. I'd like another one, please. You smiled and dipped another piece of strawberry into the chocolate, then placed it at his lips. He quickly jolted his head forward so the chocolate would bump his lip, then he ate the strawberry. Oops, he said provocatively. I've spilled some chocolate, he said with a smirk. And I'm just going to skip the next few chapters because they are very adult content, and I will come back to the story after everything's wrapped up on that end. See you in the next chapter.